Hello everybody. So I know a lot of you guys don't believe in, well, most of you YouTubers don't really believe in like religious stuff and things that have to do with the supernatural, the paranormal, ghosts and demons and all that shit. But I do. If you do not believe in it, if you don't really care about it, then please don't watch it and just keep scrolling. Don't make it harder than it already is. And do not make rude comments saying, oh, that stuff is fake or that I need help or whatever. Not saying that people have said that yet. But if you're not into that, then don't even watch it. I'm really getting sick of people that just like, if you don't believe in it, then why are you wasting your time watching the video and then you make stupid comments like, oh, that crap is fake. Anyways, so we're going to look at an article called Unmasking the True Identity of the Jersey Devil. And it talks about a bunch of sightings that people have experienced seeing it. I do believe in this stuff does exist. A lot of people have discovered some strange creatures that are out of this world and very demonic and evil looking. So I've always been admired by the legendary Jersey Devil. I used to watch it on Lost Tapes. I know it's completely fake. It's not real, but I always like documentaries and histories about certain demons and creatures that lurk in the woods. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to start reading this article. This talks about sightings that people have witnessed and what it looks like. Okay. The legend of the Jersey Devil comes to U.S. from the state of New Jersey, USA, and neighboring states. The Jersey Devil's history places at the very top of baffling cryptological mysteries. It is very elusive cryptid that has baffled mesmerizing the public for hundreds of years. The biggest controlium to dismissing the beast as pure myth is that numerous reptilian people, both past and present, have claimed to have seen it. An unusual combination of creatures. The Jersey Devil has a strange general description, having the combination of body parts and looks of a variety of currently known animals. The creature is often described as a flying bipedal cryptid with hooves, but there are many contrary opinions as to what it actually looked like. The common description from eyewitnesses is that it kind of looks like a kangaroo-like creature, but with the head of a horse, leathery bat-like wings and long bird-like legs, claws, hooves, a hideous face, and a forked tail. Several people have even said that its body looks like an alligator. It allegedly inhabited the Pine Barrens of southern New Jersey, and it was named the official state demon in 1939 in New Jersey. Viewed north from a fire tower on Apple Pie Hill in Wharton State Forest, the highest point in New Jersey, Pine Barrens, the Jersey Devil allegedly inhabited this region. So I guess this is where it's basically staying at. It has been reported to move quickly and has often been described as emitting a blood-curdling scream. Eyewitnesses say that it hops like a bird. It has been called a variety of different nicknames such as the Flying Death, Kangaroo, Horse, Flying Horse, Cowbird, and a prehistoric lizard. Walter Edge, twice governor of New Jersey, was quoted saying that when I was a boy, I was never threatened with the boogeyman. We were threatened with the Jersey Devil morning, noon, and night. It wasn't a phony creature to Edge or his companions. They had no doubts that it was real. However, today the majority of people are skeptical and don't think that it's real. Supreme Court Judge, of course I believe in the devil. Do you? The devil walks among us. The myth of the Jersey Devil. The monsters and men. What is the grim being known as the Grendel from the epic Beowulf? The Leeds Devil. There is one name indelibly linked to the legend of the Jersey Devil, Japheth Leeds, and his story also involves a young lady named Deborah Smith who had come from England to the Pine Barrens in southern New Jersey to marry him in the 17th century. They had 12 children. There is no record for any further children after her 12th child. You'll understand why this is important soon. The Leeds were Quakers who were known to be extremely straight-laced and very superstitious. However, there is a rather unusual footnote about them. On On 5/7/1740, the Great Egg Harbor monthly meeting of friends lists the topic of conversation as to deal with Deborah Leeds for selling drink. Japhet Leeds House, Moss Mill Road, Leeds Point, Atlantic Country, New Jersey, 1937, public domain. There was an old folk legend that she was a witch. However, healers or herbalists were often labeled that as well at the time. There is also a strange tale of an exorcism being performed in the year of 1740 by a Quaker minister to expel the Jersey Devil, supposedly banishing the beast from their midst for the next 100 years. Quakers had a ritualistic habit of quoting the Bible verse by verse, and they often brought charms to ward off evil spirits. Being highly superstitious, Quakers had a remedy to ward off the devil, which used a folklore method of throwing salt and pepper around the house. In the beginning, it was known as the Leeds Devil, but the Jersey Devil name became more popular. Quaker women had a penchant for spinning tall tales when they met. Storytelling was a favorite pastime, and it was a gospelly entertainment, telling thrilling stories to tell their friends. They didn't have horror movies, but they did have gospelly scary stories to tell over a candle at night to scare children and women folk. This was their style of entertainment, juicy gossip. Quaker meeting in London. A female Quaker preaches, a 1723 engraving by Bernard Pickard, 1673-1733, public domain. Child number 13. One such story claims that during 1735, Mother Leeds was in labor on a stormy night while her child and the 13th child is to have changed to a creature with hooves, a goat's head, bat wings, and a forked tail, growling and screaming. It allegedly killed the midwife before flying up the chimney and heading into the pines. 3 spine-tingling tales of the Jersey Devil. From January 16th to 23, 1909, the state of New Jersey experienced a major paranormal event. It was seen in person by thousands of people. Schools were closed and factories closed down temporarily out of fear. Bizarre reports say that people saw a human form, but the eyewitness refused to say anything more about what they had encountered. This suggests that the Jersey Devil possesses unusual abilities of shapeshifting to disguise its true form. The following are 3 unusual cases that took place in the lives of regular people. They're dramatic narrative stories of real people who said they saw the Jersey Devil in the flesh. The Jersey Devil's Superpower Wiki. 1. Police patrolman on James Sackville in Bristol, Pennsylvania. One sighting was made by patrolman James Sackville. Patrolman Sackville was walking his best Sunday evening as he was walking toward Buckley Carson streets. He heard some dogs barking and howling, and as he got closer, he turned and saw a Jersey Devil standing by the canal. He pulled his pistol out and ran up toward the Jersey Devil. The creature then turned and started hopping down the canal towpath, and then it took flight to get away. He got a couple of rounds off as the creature flew close to the ground. Then it soared up into the night sky and disappeared. He described the beast as being winged and hopping like a bird. With features of a peculiar animal, its voice was like a terrible scream. Several confirmed that it was a very peculiar looking. J.S.A. Sackville, Chief of Police. 2. Mr. Frank Roth. The next incident took place on Ferry Ave, Camden, New Jersey, January 21st of 1909, Thursday. Time, 1:00 a.m. in the morning. Ruth was the owner of a salmon. His bar was a local social club called the Black Hawk Social Club, located in 700 block of Ferry Ave. In Camden, Mr. Wolf suddenly became very bothered and distracted by what he described as an uncanny sound coming from outside the back window of the club. He turned around to see a creature looking at him through the window. The story relates that the Jersey Devil was standing outside the building and watching him. Ruth feared for his life, and when others around him saw the Jersey Devil, they fled the club in abject fear. Ruth stood his ground and in a desperate stance of self-defense seized a large club to protect himself. Then the Jersey Devil flew off, emitting blood-curdling sounds. Oh, hell no. If I saw that, I would quit my job. Black Hawk Social Club, Kersey, Phil, Cohen author provided. So I'm guessing this is the club. 3. Mr. and Mrs. J.H. White, Ellsworth, St. Philadelphia, PA, Pennsylvania. One of the most unusual accounts of Jersey Devil comes from a couple named White. Miss White reported that she saw one in her backyard around 4 p.m. She was walking down the stairs into her yard with a load of clothes and clearly saw a Jersey Devil crouching nearby. It immediately stood up and looked at her and then spewed flames at her. She screamed and fainted and fell to the ground. Her husband heard her and ran down the stairs, where he saw his wife on the ground. He saw the Jersey Devil shooting flames out of its mouth, too. They estimated its height at 6 feet, 1.83 meters, and said that it looked like an alligator. He chased after the Jersey Devil as it jumped over the back fence of their yard, and then it ran into the back alley leading to 16th Street, shooting flames at him while he was in pursuit. Ew, that is ugly. The New Jersey Devil. Dragon Devil Dino Bird. The legend of the Jersey Devil in America is supposed to be a local historian trying to figure out what the Jersey Devil was. I ought to look into history for some better answers, and I soon found a potential candidate. In a modern period in time, the European dragon is typically depicted as a large, fire-breathing, scaly-horned, lizard-like creature. The creature also has leathery, bat-like wings, 2 or 4 legs, and a long, muscular, prehensile tail. The Jersey Devil is fire-breathing too. This was a likeness too similar to ignore, and the Jersey Devil was just a dragon's American name. For generations, scientists believed that dinosaurs were cold-blooded, like fish, amphibians, and reptiles. Then some scientists began to argue that dinosaurs were warm-blooded like birds and mammals, and as it turned out, they were warm-blooded after all. I connected the dots to reach the conclusion that the Jersey Devil was a dragon and a dino bird. Das Buch der Natur, Book of Nature, is a medieval Latin compendium of science that it was edited and translated into German in the 14th century by Conrad von Megenberg. Please look at the creature in the upper right of the following image. To me, it looks like a bipedal winged horse with a long tail. This was published 669 years ago. Okay. The mythology of horse-faced creature is widespread, and one of the most prevalent is the legend of the Kelpie, or water kelpie. It's a supernatural water horse in Scotland. I believe that they are one and the same creature, making Kelpie the Jersey Devil's cousin in the UK. Satanic panic hit as devil coins were unearthed beneath Bath Abbey, writing deceased to Kelpies and other fascinating water horses in myth and legend. Where the Wild Things Are, Garden of Monsters was built to convey the despair of the creator. I don't know how to say that. That's like in a whole different language. Professor of Typed-in and Mogulin language and literature wrote a groundbreaking book titled The History of Zhang Zung and Tibet Volume 1, The Early Period 2013, would provide some startling information of the existence of such creatures, specifically stating that there were non-human beings. A quote from that work states a fundamental point asserted by some tradition historical sources is that in ancient times that this vast country surrounded by snow mountains was ruled for a very long time by various non-human beings. The ancient typed-in name was Dud, and in Sanskrit it was called Mara. My theory is that the Jersey Devil is an ancient creature called the Kanaras, and they're one of the winged flying dino birds of Earth's real history. And the Mahabharata, which dates back over 5,500 years, the Kanaras had their own kingdom in the Himalayas called the Kanara Kingdom. I guess that's it. Well, that's pretty fucking terrifying, if you ask me. That's really fucking scary. I'm glad I do not live in those parts of New Jersey and Scotland and in Pennsylvania, because, that's fucking terrifying. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed that video. So, yeah, I'm probably gonna look up some videos now of the Jersey Devil. That's fucking scary. Alright, bye.